Obaidullah, the Taliban is claiming to control most of Afghanistan after making rapid gains recently. Are they pressing for a full military victory?
These are interesting developments. They're quite dangerous developments to think about. I think that the Afghan movement, the Taliban movement right now, initially was told by sponsor states to push and add pressure on Kabul and the government. They expected them to gain an upper hand and have much more leverage on the negotiating table. However, it feels like that plan has gone astray. The Taliban fighters really smell and sense victory to be close, and they don't seem to be backing out despite the agreement not to take cities. It appears like this is a siege where they're cutting off the country from its regional partners. They're cutting off the major cities from their districts. So it very much appears so.
What is the future looking like for Afghanis if the Taliban continues to seize control of these strategic areas? We just heard from our correspondent in Kabul talking about, this new set of rules that have been put out, and especially for women. I mean, what does the future hold for them?
We'll have to wait and see. The idea is that there is a discussion out there and claims that there are moderate groups within the Taliban as well who seem to be willing to accommodate specific international standards when it comes to women's rights and so on and so forth. But their behavior right now is showing otherwise. We've seen them going into territories and turning back to their ways of the 90s. It doesn't look like they plan on integrating much within the Afghan society. Maybe with the leverage and the conviction that they have, they expect the Afghan society to give in to their way of life. So yeah, I think it's going to be a drastic change, but all of that is contingent on the idea that they do get total victory or get supreme power politically.
The Taliban say a ceasefire is still possible with the government, but what are they likely to want in order to get that?
Well, it appears that the Taliban want some sort of security arrangement where they are in charge of the defense sector of the country. They do want the leadership, the political leadership as well, and then they are willing to compromise on the structure of it. This is going back and forth, but again, there isn't much momentum to the negotiations. Whenever the negotiations are mentioned, they appear like an appeasement process where the Taliban are trying to make sure the West don't sanction them, and there is some sort of hope left for peace talks. But the current battle says otherwise, and the intensity with which the fighting is going on, it doesn't appear like there's going to be much traction for peace talks even within the Taliban group.
All right, we'll leave it there. Obaidullah Baheer joining us from Kabul. Thank you.